What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB, and welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2013, where we are playing as WWF in the year of 2015, in the month of April. This is the second SmackDown that we've booked in our restart, and yeah, I want to apologize ahead of time if I'm a little quieter in the video, or actually that's pretty much it. If I'm just really quieter, there's not a second thing. Main reason is that actually I am getting ready to go to bed. I just booked this show and I figured, I'm gonna get it done now. We'll upload it when I'm off work tomorrow. I've been pretty busy, nerds and geeks, so I'm sorry about the inconsistent uploads and all that. Work's been working me, and then I'm hanging out with my buddies here and there. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a lazy guy too, so I like to relax a bit. So my apologies on inconsistent videos now and most likely in the future. Um, I just want you guys to know that I'm not forgotten about you. I'm working on videos, and I know that I haven't uploaded. And yeah, don't worry, I'm working on it. Got a lot of things going on right now, so I wanted to get this video just recorded and all that before I headed to bed. So again, my apologies for being quiet, and let's just head right into this. I'm actually pretty happy with the way SmackDown turned out, if I'm gonna be honest, because I had a pretty big angle that didn't think of before, but we're ended up doing it. So first off, we have three matches on the pre-show. The first bout, not mount. The first bout is between Paige and Naomi. It gets a 46D, had solid in-ring action, but non-existent crowd heat. Paige defeating Naomi with the Rampage. You'll notice, or you may not notice, but a reoccurring trend that is happening on the pre-show here tonight is people who haven't been used yet. I looked in my roster and I looked for people who specifically have not been used yet, and Naomi was one of those superstars. So I was a little surprised by that. By the way, if anyone's curious, we are being held in front of 11,083 people in the Illinois Eye Wireless Center. Again, same place as Monday Night Raw before. Any worker improvements? None whatsoever. And out of curiosity, anything that I can fix that'll help these women out. Oh, I meant to mention this in the beginning of the video. I'll mention it now. I did some heavy editing on this mod, mostly just for my shows and all that. Majority of the workers, I upped some of their skills pretty much to where I feel it should be. And I updated the NXT Superstars popularity that way. Specifically only in Southeast or in the Full Sail area. Not in the entire region of America, just in that one place. So, only so the shows in NXT may be a little bit better, hopefully, is what I'm hoping. We'll see once we get there. So Naomi's got a port gimmick, so we can help her out on that. So we can go ahead and put that in the thing here. So let's see if we can do that. Sometimes you can't do that though because because it's too soon normally, or sometimes like that. And then we have a match that had some good action, not much Wayne heat as well. Luke Harper defeating Goldust with the pile driver, got a 60C for that, and Bray Wyatt did some good work ringside. We saw on the Monday Night Raw that Luke Harper has joined back up with the Wyatt family, or I guess with Bray Wyatt, not really the Wyatt family since he's the only one right now. But Goldust was another superstar who has not been used, so I figured he can help put over Luke Harper a little bit. And Harper is improving in performance, and Goldust is improving in technical and performance, so that works out for everybody. What was that? Luke Harper. Oh, announcing. Never mind. Yeah, low experience. That's what it was done. I thought it said Luke Harper was penalized for low experience. I was like, what does that mean? All in all, though, it looks like everything did pretty well here. Nothing too bad that affect this. And then our main event is for the tag team titles. Just like I said prior, I usually like to put titles on the line in the pre-show when champions are in action. Got a 63C, some good action, not much Wayne heat. The Uppercats defeating primetime players in 10 minutes and 7 seconds. When Cesaro defeated Darren Young with the Cesaro swing into the Tyson Kidd's drop kick. And that's actually their first defense on this save, so not a bad first defense for the Uppercats here. And Tyson, or not Tyson Kidd, excuse me, Titus O'Neil was the superstar who has not been used, if anyone was wondering. And also, Tyson Kidd has now switched to a new gimmick. It's the Gen Next gimmick, and he's got an 86 on it, which is freaking great. That is definitely a plus for Tyson Kidd, who is someone I would like to push, or am definitely looking to push heavily in this save. So for worker improvements, we have Cesaro improving in technical, Darren Young improving in technical, and Tyson Kidd improving in performance. And as for the dirt sheet, out of curiosity, Cesaro's got a poor gimmick, so let's add him. Let's just do it this way instead of gimmick. And then we'll do, what did I just press? Okay. Stop making that noise. Jeez. I actually hate when the computer makes that noise. It's so annoying. Titus O'Neil and his poor selling, poor psychology. I kept it that way too, so that's my opinion on Titus O'Neil. I don't see why people think he's such a great wrestler. I mean, he's got great entertainment skills, but in the ring, he's not as good as people say he is. He's pretty sloppy and dangerous, I think. Either way, that is the end of the pre-show. Let's move on to the start of the show, which has Seth Rollins starting off the show. I don't know why it doesn't show off the pictures, but Seth Rollins starts off the show in the middle of the ring, ever so confident, of course. He's cocky in the middle of the ring, has mic in hand. He starts bragging about what he's done to Randy Orton over the past couple of weeks, and he also claims that WrestleMania was just a fluke and that the WWE Championship, and then he's holding the WWE Championship, is proof that that it would Orton's win was just a fluke at WrestleMania. And he goes on to state at Extreme Rules he will erase the victory when he beats Randy Orton decisively, beats him fair and square, no questions about it. Dolph Ziggler's music then hits as he comes down and interrupts Seth Rollins. He grabs the mic, asking Seth Rollins if he believes half the crap that comes out of his mouth. And he says, I mean, week after week, you say the same thing over and over again. I mean, it's no wonder ratings are going down. And he goes, but he also tells, Seth, he goes, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I heard a hot tip that Randy Orton is actually in the building tonight. And then Seth seems a little shaken by it, of course, but he says, you know what, after the beating I gave Randy Orton, notice beating is in quotations, by the way. After the beating I gave Randy Orton, he'd be lucky if he was back in time for Extreme Rules for our match. There's no way he's in here tonight. And then Dolph goes on to say, well, Seth, if that is true, then you may not have an opponent for Extreme Rules. And, since you and I are having such a great match on Monday Night Raw before Kane got involved and cost me the match, which we both know I would have won. How about you and I do this tonight? And, of course, Rollins at first is, reluctant, saying, I beat you on Raw. I don't have anything to prove to you. And then Ziggler is just, keeps egging him on, like, you don't have anything to prove. I was going to beat you. You had help from Kane, who is washed up and yada, yada, yada. And then finally Rollins caves in. You know what? I can beat you. And I'll show you tonight. I don't need anyone's help. Yada, yada, main event, blah, blah, blah. And that's pretty much just the way to set up for the main event. Not a bad way to start off the show. 72 B- is kind of like an average grade, I feel, for us, though, to be honest. I would like to see us moving up a little bit in that range. And then the announcers do put over the fact that we will see Rollins and Dolph Ziggler in action later tonight. That is okay. And then Dean Ambrose is in the ring. His music hits. He's in the ring getting ready to compete. And then Big Show's music hits as he comes down and is just, scouting Dean Ambrose, just watching Ambrose. And Ambrose is, kind of reluctant, like, what the hell is going on here? Ambrose has also switched to an extremist gimmick. Randy Orton was the person that was pulling off his gimmick better, and he could have done better on his gimmick. Although, I will say, I wish he would have done better on this, too. It only got a 79 rating, so I wish it was a little higher, I'm not going to lie. 90 would have been fantastic on that. It gives him a bonus, which is awesome, but I still wish it would have been higher. I was expecting higher. We then go on to our opening match of the night. It's a 66C+. Great action, average heat. Dean Ambrose defeating Stardust in 12 minutes and 21 seconds, following the headlock driver or the dirty deeds, following a botched interference by the Big Show. What I'd like to believe, is Big Show is, on the apron in Ambrose's face or something like that. He goes to throw a punch. Ambrose ducks. Stardust is out, and then Ambrose would cover him. But I guess if we're going along with 2 here, Big Show goes, hits Stardust with a punch, and then Ambrose, catches him before he goes down and hits him with dirty deeds, and then gets the win. And then I can just kind of, see Ambrose kind of mocking Big Show as he walks to the back because he screwed up and he was supposed to hit Ambrose, not Stardust. And Stardust is also improving in performance skills, so that's pretty awesome. So anything that I can help here? Oh, Stardust needs some more motivation. Anyone know how to fix that? Leave it in a comment below and let me know how I would fix this one. Stardust penalized for chemistry/motivation. And this lowered the crowd's mood. I almost said the cow's mood. This is the Raw recap right here. Nothing too special. It just kind of put over the events that happened on the, what's it called? Monday Night Raw. Yeah, with the Wyatt family and such. So there's that. And if you hear a noise in the background, that is my Wii U turning on. I don't know if it's going to make a noise. In fact, I am trying to turn it down just in case it does. And now you guys won't hear it. Wish this would have done better as well, but what can you expect when you have a horrible match between Roman Reigns and Luke Harper, which will never, ever do a match between those two again. Well, it's not, Roman Reigns, Luke Harper caliber, so let's not get mad. So then we have a match, throwaway kind of. Eric Rowan taking on Fandango. Solid ring action, not much Wayne Heat. Rowan defeating Fandango with a move called Greetings from the North. I have no idea what that is, so leave that up to your guys' imaginations. What makes me laugh about this match, excuse me for coughing in your guys' ear, by the way. What makes me laugh about this match is it got a 52D+, which isn't a good rating, honestly, at all. I was kind of hoping for... What did I expect? This is honestly where it would have been, but honestly, a C-. C would have been cool to get. But what cracks me up is that Rosa not only did good work ringside, but they have great chemistry. Not pretty good chemistry, not good chemistry, not decent chemistry. Great. I believe the only thing higher than great would be excellent. So, that's just funny to me. Also, Rowan is improving in performance skill. Let's see what happened here. It was pretty much just from them holding back slightly. So, embarrassing is what I say. Then we move on to a pretty big angle here that gets a 64C. Eric Rowan is celebrating in the middle of the ring when the lights go out and then they quickly turn back on. You hear the cheer, and you see both Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper in the middle of the ring. Bray congratulates Rowan and says, I've been very proud of the success of both you and Harper since your time away from the Wyatt family, but now it's time to come home. And then he extends his hand. I imagine him saying, extending his hand as he says it's time to come home. And extends it to Eric Rowan, practically saying, come home to me, come back to the Wyatt family. Eric Rowan looks down at Bray Wyatt's hand. He then looks back up at Bray Wyatt, shakes his head, no, and walks out of the ring while Bray Wyatt is on the mic. What do you think you're going? Get back here. I made you. Don't you turn your back on me. Stuff like that. Just super angry that Eric Rowan turned him down. And you'll notice that we do have a segment here, storyline, where it is Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. So I noticed I spelled Eric Rowan's name wrong, by the way. And he was underwhelming, which is disappointing, but Eric Rowan isn't the most entertaining individual and honestly isn't the most promising of prospects out there either. So it doesn't really surprise me that he was. In fact, I was expecting that. The only really good thing that came out of this, besides a pretty decent grade that I'm happy for, is Luke Harper is developing better in performance, which makes me happy. And Eric Rowan has low momentum, so that did penalize it. If that wasn't there, who knows what we would have done. And then I would like to imagine a commercial break happens between these. Eric Rowan's backstage. He's been interviewing, being interviewed about what happened just a few moments ago, about Bray offering him a spot back into the family. And him refusing. Rowan straight up practically says, everything isn't what it seems to be in the Wyatt family. Bray can be very, but before he can even finish his sentence, he pauses and, he looks distracted as he looks up, and out of nowhere, bang! Big boot from Luke Harper as he starts beating down on Rowan, tossing him around the arena and pretty much into anything, leaving him out and motionless as he walks away afterwards. I definitely was hoping for a higher grade than a 50D+. I can't take it back now, of course, but I was really hoping for something better here. And of course, it falls flat too. Thanks a lot. Although, what can you do? Then we go to Nikki Bella just psyching Brie up for her next match. And then Paige is on commentary for the next match. So hint, hint, I wonder who Brie's taking on. Match that gets a 54C-. Solid in ring action, not much weighing heat. Brie Bella defeating AJ Lee by pinfall with a Bella Buster after Nikki Bella interfered. So I can see Paige on ringside, oh, typical Bellas, but she doesn't care because she's a heel and she just wants the Divas title. So whatever, let AJ lose. And continuing on the feud, adding a little bit more fuel than instead of just the women kind of talking about it. So Nikki did some good work ringside, and AJ and Brie have great chemistry, so that also helps. And 54C-. I'm very satisfied with a grade like that. It did better than friggin' Eric Rowan versus Fandango, that's for sure. And Brie Bella got A, or not anything, excuse me, she didn't get A. She is developing better performance skills. Dirt sheet-wise, any gimmicks or anything? Brie Bella's got gimmicks, so let's put Brie in there and see what we can do for her. Not that I have any plans for really Naomi or Brie. Cesaro's the only one out of those two, and I think I couldn't actually help Cesaro out. We then go on to Rusev in the ring before the match. This gets a 68C+. He's pretty much kind of mocking John Cena, mocking America, and he goes on to pretty much mock John Cena's open invitational, saying, and going on to, do his own open invitational, pretty much, if what Cena can do, I can do better. Only one man's beaten me in WWE. Make your name tonight. Challenge Rusev. Let's do this. Open challenge. Rusev open invitational. Lana helped Rusev during the segment. No improvements. And Rusev just got a bunch of bonuses, so that's definitely a good thing. And then out comes Neville. Neville, of course, being the victim of a beatdown on our first episode of Monday Night Raw when he was the one who accepted Cena's challenge. Jimmy Uso also suffered the beatdown on Raw. Neville comes out, definitely hasn't forgotten about it, says, I'm going to beat you just like you beat me. Simple as that. 59C, satisfied, always satisfied to see that. I mean, especially with Neville, who's considered a lower mid-carder right now. I mean, he has low momentum, but high morale, so what can you do? So we move on to our match. Oh my lord, well, you don't like to see that, that's for sure. This is my fault. I've actually never seen that before. 50D+. Ugh, God, that hurts to see. Some good action, not much weight in heat. Rusev defeating Neville with the accolade or submission. And it says, little drama, no flow to it, or nobody in the ring had the right psychology to take control properly. I'll have to pay more attention to that. That's my bad. My bad. Definitely not good. Definitely does not help out. And then just a simple beatdown angle, which doesn't do that great either. Although Daniel Bryan helping us out here, not only getting us a 78B for just showing his bearded, beautiful face, but getting 100 on his fan favorite gimmick. Thanks a lot, Daniel Bryan. You're the man. It was limited for being short. Whatever. And then Bryan's in the ring about to compete. Out comes Barrett, on the microphone, of course. I did edit this angle a little bit to where Barrett can talk. I can imagine him saying, I bet you wanted this match to be just a simple one-on-one occasion, but I'm afraid I've got some bad news, Bryan. I'm going to sit out here and I'm going to watch every single second of your match. That way at Extreme Rules, I can win, or, some stuff. I just came up with all that on the top of my head. But yeah, bad news Barrett, everybody. I'm actually really enjoying this feud, despite the fact that it doesn't really have much animosity between the two. It's simply over the Intercontinental Championship. Barrett wants his title back, and Bryan wants to bring prestige back, so let's do this. We then go on to our match that gets a 65C. Some good action and average heat. Daniel Bryan defeating Curtis Axel in 8 minutes and 3 seconds with the cattle mutilation. The announcing quality wasn't up to the same standard as the match. That's a little worrisome. And bad news Barrett was on the announce team, so that might be why. Daniel Bryan is also improving in performance. Interesting to see that he made improvements, but not Curtis Axel. Axel needs a new gimmick, so we can always help him out. I don't have many plans with Curtis Axel, but if he keeps impressing like he has been recently, I might just have something for you. He also has star quality. I might push Curtis Axel. Might give him a little bit of a push. Maybe team him up with somebody. Who knows? And then Daniel Bryan, while he's celebrating him with the crowd, yes, yes, yes. Bad News Barrett comes in, beats him down, poses with the title, adding a little bit more animosity between the two because now it's not just about the title, it's about how Barrett is, practically disrespecting Daniel Bryan. I kind of just went right into this. That's my bad. I wish I would have done something better. So we have a 64C, featured great action and average heat. Seth Rollins defeating Dolph Ziggler in 14 minutes and 49 seconds with the Phoenix Splash. I wonder why it's saying they don't have a good psychology. It might have something to do with this. I wasn't going to mention it on camera because I didn't feel like it mattered, but I accidentally did a game recovery. I didn't mean to press the button. It was a complete accident. I just pressed yes for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't really read it. I just thought it was like, oh, I don't know why I did, to be honest. But, and it took me back to the Monday, and I rebooked the Monday exactly the way. I literally went on my YouTube video and just I put in every single thing, same times for almost everything, minus the angles. It doesn't show how much time is in with the angles, so. But it was pretty much, and it got the same exact rating, so that's why I wasn't going to mention anything because there was no point. It was the same rating for the episode. But I don't know if I edited everybody again, so I might have to go back and do that. And if I do, that's super annoying. But, because I upped both Ziggler and Seth's psychology, and I don't think that should be popping up, honestly, right now, so. Either way, that's a bit disappointing because I was hoping now that I up both of them that it would have gotten a B, to be honest. So that is definitely upsetting. I am not going to lie, nerds and geeks. I am upset with that right now. Although we go to our closing angle and, oh no, Randy Orton's been here the whole time. Runs in and he gets revenge on Rollins. Simple as that. By the way, Seth Rollins won. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm a little upset by that. Same as always, 18 and 16, increasing in all the third world places that honestly don't necessarily matter, while decreasing in the two countries that matter the most to us, Canada and America. It'll take time. It'll take time to fix what WWE is messed up. But, yeah. Definitely not as happy with that SmackDown as I was hoping to be. And it could be because I didn't edit things. We'll see. There's actually a way to test or see if I edit things, so let's do that in a second as I just shift through. Oh, what's this? Okay, look at that. TNA is hiring people. Kenny Omega's a hot property. I will shortlist you, by the way, just because I would like to know when your contract's up. I would like to get you to join me. Oh, look at this. Togi Makabe is interested in working in America. Too bad you're like 40 years old, dude. So here's a way to test who is. No, I definitely did it then because Seth Rollins was not #1 before, and now he is. So, what the freak? How much psychology do you need to have a fantastic, well, not even a fantastic match, a good match? Excuse me again, didn't mean to. That, it says he has impressive in-ring psychology. That doesn't make any sense. Someone wants to explain that to me. Go right ahead. Oh, look at these. People have edited their things. I'll be interested to see if any of these people actually manage to get them. Before we end up the episode, let's just go ahead and hire somebody who is familiar face to some people. We are indeed hiring Ashley Lane. She is going to come in as a heel, I guess. Although, yeah, I guess that's fine. If not, I can always change it. But Ashley Lane will be hired. Here's some other people I also extended some contracts to. Some of them are developmental, some of them are not. We will find that out later on. And Lane will be available in 1 week. She will be on the NXT brand, though, so we can go ahead and put her on there. So let's go to brand split, and let's see if we can do that real quick. Ashley Lane signed to brand 2, and now she's going to be on NXT for the time being, at least. And again, before we end this off, let's... Oh, that's not a good rating at all. I feel like that went down. Okay, I'm really not satisfied with some of these, but we'll see where we go from there. By the way, Nerds and Geeks, or not by the way, but whatever. Let's just move on with this. My name's been OMGWTFLOFTWBRB. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not. Feel free to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. I don't post too often on those things, but you are more than welcome to. I am trying to make it a effort to pay more attention to those things. Either way, as always, I'll see you guys next time. So until then, have a wonderful day.